Welcome to part 4 of our series on death today, a very cheerful subject. Hello, Jamie.
Hi. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Erik.
Erik says hi to everyone.
Okay, let's start with our questions. Let's talk about life review. You could talk about yours if you can't talk about it in generalities, or you could do both.
Erik is sitting in front of me, super casual. He has his cap on. It's still goofy to the side. And I guess he's trying to get in a real intimate conversation because he's leaning forward closer to me, which is behind the camera. And he's got his hands up here and he's just kind of talking. It's like he doesn't care that his hands are in front of his face. He goes, yeah, well, with the life review, he goes, I definitely remember mine because it felt like it happened forever, when really it was just almost instantaneously. But I believe it is the first shock to the brain, right, to the whole logic system, that you are superhuman and that you can think, do, and remember, learn, experience, feel everything in a nanosecond that lasted in an entire lifetime. It's the first blow, as you say it that way, blow to the brain that...
But you don't have a brain. What do you mean?
Mom, come on, work with me.
Okay.
Come on, man, I'm telling a story. The first blow to the logic, right? That time's not linear. That all of a sudden, you can do all this shit, see everything that you've done, experience the emotions that you've had yourself and that other people have had in reaction to your words, to your actions, and it happens all at once. It just totally, it mind fucks you.
Erik.
He's sort of just saying, it's amazing. So now the timing on the life review is not the same for everybody, because not everybody leaves their physical body from death, gets in line, goes through a life view, meets their loved ones, comes back to earth, takes care of the ones that are grieving, go to your own funeral, da-da-da-da-da. Everybody has a different picture. Because that's what's so freaking cool about being these so-called individuals. The air quotes that. Even though we're not an individual, we have this free will to have these experiences and these personalities and characters that we've shaped for so many decades and so many lifetimes. So when you leave your body, what happens beyond there is going to be up to your own organizational skills and to what your situation needs. But I tell you what, you'll definitely come across a life review. And people experience them a little bit different. Like for me, it was a bit of a 360, like a movie theater. Like a cyclorama, isn't that what they're called?
I don't know. Sounds good. I'll take that.
We have one in Atlanta, which is the only reason I probably know that word. Like a 360 movie theater. He remembers a table being present. He knows that other people were with him, but it didn't matter that there were other entities or people he knew or loved that were in the room. He was only focused on what he was watching and what he was experiencing. And he said, I think to an outside source, it would have looked like the movie was on fast forward. But for me, he said it was very real to life, very slow. And it wasn't everything in my life. It wasn't like a pre-recording. Okay, yes. It was a recording. It's not like it's a recording, but it's highlighted moments. And all these highlighted moments play a part in what was your lesson on earth? What was your purpose? What did you come to remember, to do, to leave behind, whatever it was. Some people like to call it their destiny or path and things like that. this is what you see in your life review. He says, so, I don't know, his tone just changed. He's not looking at me. What are you doing? It's like you went down memory lane all of a sudden, Erik.
Oh.
It did. It was, I don't see his eyes. I can see his hat. His hand is up like this, and his hair is kind of shaggy. It's like he just totally got lost in thought.
Oh. Were you thinking about one difficult part of your life review?
He said there were several. He said, yeah, it just makes it real. Because I don't even know what the fuck that word means either. He's not sad or anything, but extremely pensive. His energy just really calmed down. He got really grounded. And he said, I just want you all to know that it's amazing. And even if you have Alzheimer's, dementia, or you fear that you're not going to remember that great moment because you didn't take a fucking picture of it, don't worry. He said it is all, he's touching himself. It's all in here. He connects the head to the heart. And that you're going to have an experience with it in your life review. And he says, what's interesting is after you go through this remembering phase, this life review, you're not kicked out on your own. It's not like they let your ass out of the theater and you gotta walk the streets by yourself. The visual was really funny on that one. But you have this support team that's with you. And I remember not knowing who these individuals were, but I remember knowing that it was okay, that they were there just for me, and it wasn't like going to see a doctor and a specialist where, yeah, you know that they're in that career and they're going to help you. Nah, he said it's more like, I don't know, it's more like if you've been away from home for so long and you finally get to go home and see your mom or see your grandma or your granddad, and you just love them so much. He's like, you know them, but you've missed the details of their life. Because that's the only way I know how to explain it. So they're there for you, and they let you lead the conversation. You know, what did you need help with? What did you need to understand? What did you feel like you need to do? It's not guided by them at all. And it's crazy because none of them are judging you or telling you you're right or you're wrong or how many you got right, what the F you did wrong, grading you A+, B-. Hell, I would have gotten a D.
Oh. Well, it's passing.
He says, thank God they didn't do grades.
Oh. Yeah, you weren't too crazy about it.
It's so wild, though, because you're not getting judged. And it's your first interaction with the afterlife. Time is definitely not linear, which just can turn you upside down because it's amazing. And it's your first emotional interaction where you're not human. You know, they're not looking to get something from you or to teach you something or point a finger in your face. It's this embracing moment. And it's weird because your human brain pops up every now and then and it's just like, all right, what do you want? What do you want from this? How much do I have to pay you for this? You know,
when is the other shoe going to drop, huh?
Yeah. It's just, where's the string? You know, you start looking for shit like that. And as soon as you start looking for it, you know that it's useless. That you've got to train yourself out of being human.
Can you share one of the most painful moments in your life review?
He just kind of looks up at me and goes, seriously, Mom?
Well, one that's not embarrassing? There's got to be something you want to share with millions of YouTube viewers.
No, his lips are on lockdown.
Okay, so that's pretty personal. All right, so let me tell you and ask in a general term. So let's say you beat up somebody. All right. Now, when you go through that in your life review, what do you feel? Do you get everything from their standpoint, from their viewpoint, or what? Tell me about that. Let's use that as an example.
Yeah, you get your own viewpoint, you get their viewpoint, and you get this above and beyond third perspective viewpoint. And not only do you get the viewpoint, you get the emotions that are attached behind it.
You get everything, the senses, the taste, smell, like almost like a physical type remembrance.
No, because it's not so much the physical response that's important. It's the internal thoughts and the emotional reaction.
Okay. Can you actively participate in your life review by changing things since there's not linear time? I mean, it seems like you should be able to preempt the mistakes you make, and your multiple selves are all of their simultaneous lives download or upload the information you learned in that life review, so the other selves can apply it to their parallel lives, right?
Yes, but you don't really do that the first go around. This is work that you can do on yourself once you're stable in the new dimension where you've ended up. And then, yes, you can tap back into these kind of life review styles, adapt, change, and create new patterns.
And you do this in parallel lives, right? So if you beat up somebody, then you can change that in your other self in another life so that it doesn't occur?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, do you have to deal with situations where when you make amends to that person, does it still go into the life review? I mean, if you beat up that person, but you apologize and everything was cool, do you still have to go through that painful experience in your life review?
Well, you've already done your life review, right? Because all the fixing and repairing comes after your first life review.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking if after I repair it in a parallel life, can I go back and watch the life review and just see the highlighted viewpoints?
No, what I'm talking about, if in real life you punch somebody in the face and then you come back a day later and say, I'm really sorry, dude. I shouldn't have done that. What can I do to make this right? Then is that still something you have to deal with in a life review? Does that still come up?
It depends that if the punch in the face related to the life lesson or purpose or path, destiny, those kind of things in that guy's life. If it was a part of it, then yeah, you still get to witness the punch in the face, and you'll probably get to witness the I'm sorry afterwards to see how it was mended and healed and what you gained from that activity or that circumstance.
Plus, you'll also see the viewpoint of the person that was punched, right? The emotions during, the emotions after, when you make the amends, and so on.
You got it.
All right, Eric. Anything else on life reviews that you want to talk about?
Nope. He says we're golden and we're at time.
All right. Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome, Elisa. Erik says, I love you, Mom. He goes, I love everyone watching.
Oh, Eric, I love you, and thank you so much for this. I appreciate it.
He is, no problem.
All right.
He says, no problem. My ass isn't on camera.
Uh-oh. Jamie, poor you. You probably look prettier than he does, though. Mr. Shaggy hair.
He goes, I don't know about that. And I said, let's have a... He's challenging to a bikini contest.
Oh, that gives me a bad visual. Okay.
It's terrible.
Oh, God.
His humor is off the chart.
All right.
He's saying thank you. He loves you.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.